Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back to continue robbing the poorest town in all of Canada in the long dark. And, you know, Perfidious Pete, I know a thing or two about poor. I grew up in the middle of a podunk town in Nowheresville, Missouri, that was comprised of mostly farmers and other rural types. I mean, my town was small. We had like 1,500 people in the whole thing. So, you know, I've got some experience with poor, both firsthand and indirect. But the people of the town of Milford, these guys are taking poor to a whole new level. They're so damn poor here in Milford, they feel compelled to rent a safe deposit box to keep a $20 bill safe. 20 bucks Canadian. Mind you, a Canadian 20, and I'd be like, no, dude, I gotta rent a safe deposit box down here. This is life's treasure. And the truly sad thing is that, you know, some of the people here are doing it for 20 bucks Canadian, but those are the wealthy people in this town. Some of the people in this town, the $20 guy, he's doing all right for himself. There's other people in this town who are renting a safe deposit box to store old granola bars and a candy bar. That's beyond poor, man. When the payday you got for 72 cents at the gas station, when that's such a prized possession that you feel the need to store it in a safe deposit box to make sure nobody runs off with it, that's not poor anymore. You've transcended poor and moved right on into destitute. That's just, like, sadly unfortunate is what that is. Also, I got to ask the question, too, by the way. What kind of scumbag bank manager actually... Ooh, coal. We were looking for this. This is fuel. We can give this to the gray lady. This is way better than cutting wood, just picking up coal off the ground. But I feel compelled to ask, what kind of scumbag bank manager lets a customer do that, right? Like, somebody who actually cared about the financial well-being of his fellow citizens, I might add, because they live in this town too. But somebody who cared about their financial well-being, he wouldn't let them do that, though, right? Like, a competent financial advisor would come to this gate and be like, you know, okay, Rick, let's sit down here and talk this out for a moment here. This safe deposit box you'd like to rent, this costs $100 a year, Rick, $100 a year. You plan to put a $20 bill inside of it, Rick, $20 Canadian, I'd like to point out. But you're gonna put a 20 in there, and I gotta say, Rick, you're operating at a pretty significant net loss there, bud. This guy would also be Canadian, so we got to really kind of do it. You're operating at a real significant loss there, bud. That's, I know your philosophy's got to spend money to make money because you heard it on the old Dave Glover show there that one time. But come on there, pal. You really got to think of this through. You're operating at a net loss of 80 bucks there, champ. You really got to rethink this. I just can't in good conscience let you rent the box there, Rick. See how easy it is? Really, you know, if we want to just get down to brass tacks here and talk turkey for a moment there, Rick, what I got to say, you'd really be better off investing that 20 bucks down at the old gas station, buying yourself a couple paydays, maybe picking up a 6-pack old Stacy's Grape soda and a few lotto scratchers there. It's a much more sound financial investment, pal. See, that's what I'm talking about here. So we got an old beat-up, run-down barn. I actually thought that might be a livable dwelling. Okay, it looks like there may potentially be a livable dwelling down here. Maybe we spend the night at this old farmstead? I don't know if that house is livable or not. It is closing in on darkness, and I don't want to be out and about come nightfall. We've learned our lesson on that one numerous occasions. Any cattails down here, though? Always on the lookout for cattails, because they are fantastically delicious, and I love them, and I want them in my body at all times. No, but all of the wolves in the universe are over here. There's like 19 wolves over there. We're gonna go. I don't think we have an odor currently. Is he still on our ass? He's still right on us. Okay, we gotta run. I was hopeful we could lose him in the rocks, but it doesn't look like that's in the cards. If we just keep going, he'll give up. Out of sight, out of mind. Wolves don't have a very good sense of smell. It's widely documented. If you can break line of sight with wolves, they will typically not pursue you. They are definitely not coursing predators, and running doesn't tend to make them follow you all that much more aggressively. Also, maybe we can lose them by cutting across our own path. I love that I'm still stopping to pick up sticks, by the way, even when being pursued by a ravenous wild animal. Okay, you really need to run here, Will. We got to put some ground between us and that hungry predator. So that area down there is basic. Oh, he's coming right for us, though. He's going to get us. He's back there. Okay, all we got to do is make it to this house, though. I don't have time for a Humvee Rungly. I don't have time for a rumbly tummy. The only thing I have time for is getting in this house to safety. God, we're stuck on a fence, please. Okay, we did it. I don't know if I had another wolf encounter in me. Please tell me this home has a, please tell me it has a bed where I can spend the night. Okay, alright. Old man crazy ass not only had a flare gun, but he wisely had a bed too. And you know what? I think we're in for the evening then. We got 966 calories. Do we have enough, like, comestibles on our immediate person that we're worried about, not necessarily worried about starving to death? Yeah, you know, we got the nuts and stuff that we stole from that guy's safe deposit box. Let's just eat that. Is that our worst, lowest condition food? No, we also got this can of tomato soup. What are we doing for firewood? Can we start a fire, heat up this can of tomato soup, maybe? I don't necessarily have to eat it cold. About a nice little warm can of tomato soup for Perfidious Pete's dinner. I mean, we've got a fireplace. Sure. Let's take a look. What do we got here? Well, we could use a wad of cash as tinder. We got. How come cash is worse? Oh no, it's because we're using cardboard matches. Fuel 90%. If we got 9 books in our inventory, we really got to burn some of those. 9 books, 17 sticks. That's all we have for fuel. Books and sticks. So, if we are going to start a fire, and you know what? I think we will just spend the night here. What we should do is, while we have the light, we should try and get something useful done in the meantime. I'm thinking maybe let's effect some more repairs on our clothing here. Will's toque is still in pretty good shape. What's on our crummiest shape? Oh, we should take a look at this cotton scarf. How's it? It's much worse than the wool scarf. So what we should do is rip that apart. But we can rip stuff apart in the dark. We can only mend things while it's light out. 59% for you, 95. You're in good shape. You're in great shape. 68% on our mittens is probably good enough. 93 for our pants. 50 for the cargo shorts. Our undies are in good shape. How about our socks? You know, could be a little better. Our shoes, still in pretty good shape. So let's repair. I think we'll fix our toque. Scarf's in pretty good shape. Let's fix our toque. Don't harvest it. We just want to repair it. We can use our sewing kit is getting a little low. We use 5% of our sewing kit per repair. But I think, okay, so Will's hat is, it's as good as it's ever going to get. It's 100% effective. 82.59. You know what? I think we'll go ahead and do this. Yeah, let's repair you. A simple parka. It's nothing elaborate. I mean, it's not as good as the old Navy peacoat, but she'll get the job done. Oh, good, we failed. That wasted cloth and a charge from our sewing kit. I'm not happy about that. Not happy at all. 95%. All right, how's our warmth bonus? It's up to 12 degrees. It doesn't really seem like we've improved it all that dramatically. 68, and I think we'll repair these pants as well. 95% chance for, okay. I mean, our repair skill is pretty good. We're skilled at repair. And done. All right, sweet. So we got those up to 83%. Decent cargo pants. Our warp bonus is all the way up to 13 degrees C with 4 windproofing. Beautiful. Night is coming in, so first off, let's get a little sip of water here. Is there anything else we'd want to do? We are going to tear apart some of our clothing. Can we rip this chair apart? We could get some reclaimed. It's going to take an hour. No, I'm not spending 90 minutes in a charge on my hatchet to bust up an old chair. What are you out of your goddamn mind? You know what we ought to do, though? We do have a whetstone, do we not? We should try and repair. Oh, hey, we can craft. We need 4 cured rabbit pelts and 2 cured gut. But these things, man, these mittens are super warm, though. They're really heavy as well, but they're also super warm. Okay, so how do I sharpen my... What I really want to do is sharpen my knife. How do I do that? I don't want to blueprints anything. Not really interested in missions. Oh, we have a map? Nifty. Oh, it puts... Okay, so there's the Grey Mother, quest giver. We got St. Christopher's Church, Milton Supply Cache. Oh, it shows us where the supply caches are. Shortwave radio tower. Well, we want to go definitely hit these supply caches. So there's where our plane crashed. And we came down over through here, came up this way, over and around. These were all, I think, dead ends. Man, okay, I'm really super stoked that we have the map. I didn't even know that was a thing. Did it get really dark? It got really dark, though, while we weren't paying attention, huh? How do I sharpen my knife, though? Like, if I just go to tools, is that how I do it? Do I just, like... I can't sharpen that, in fact. Can I sharpen my hatchet? I can't sharpen my hatchet. Takes 12 minutes. We can't fail. It's going to improve it by 3%. All right, well, let's give it 3% by sharpening it. And I'm curious how this affects our whetstone. Wow. Our sharpening skill did go up, but man, whetstones do not last long at all. So a whole whetstone can only give us 60% on a tool. Until we get considerably better at sharpening, that is. Our sharpening skill's up to 33, but man, we used 15% of our tool. We only got it up, our hatchet up to... We're going to have to be very, very cautious then with how we use that hatchet. There's a tinder plug over here. Didn't see that. All right, let's start a fire. Sure, we might as well... I really don't feel good about burning the guy's 20 bucks. Ah, the hell with it. We stole 20 bucks from the bank. Now we're just straight up setting it on fire. The poorest people in Canada, and here I am, stealing their life savings and then just setting them on fire like an asshole. I really don't feel good about myself. I really don't. Stole his candy bar, too, and honestly, I'm gonna eat that for dinner. Wow, I've just completely... I've taken this entire man's life savings, and I've squandered it in one sitting. How hard he must have worked. I've earned that $20, and then... What am I doing? Just, you know, to hell with it. Throw that old torch in there. Let's go down to, like... I don't really need that much. I really don't think we need that long of a fire. I want to cook this can of old tomato soup. Probably gonna heat up a cup of coffee, maybe? Cook us this sweet can of tomato goodness. Eat your heart out, Andy Warhol. My tomato soup is cooked. I just want to eat it. Can I eat my tomato soup? Yeah, banged up tomato soup. There we go. Benefit, warming up. Okay. What else do we want to do? We could probably get some water in here. It wouldn't really hurt if we maybe cooked some rose hips and reishi. I mean, while we've got this fire going, we might as well make full use of it. And the only other thing really we could do would be to melt water. And we kind of don't really need to. Prepared reishi mushrooms, reishi tea. We could cook, you know what? Cook some more. This way, in case we need it, we can, you know, when we can just go hit that shit. Make ourselves a nice cup of tea. I am going to have a cup of coffee, too. Actually, I think the cup of coffee, now that I think about it, that cup of coffee I think that helps us ward off fatigue, and I have no real interest in warding off fatigue. Pete, you're about to go to bed. Why drink a big, fat, warm cup of coffee right before... You know what? You're right. I don't really want to drink a whole pot of coffee right before I go to bed. That's just a bad idea. We also still need to eat some stuff. And by some stuff, I mean, like, we need to eat quite a bit of stuff. So, let's get some of this food into us. Not my can of dog food. What's like our, like, oldest and most beat up food here? We got a pretty crappy can of sardines. Oh, well. I'm eating this nuts and stuff stale chocolate bar. That's in a quick 250 calories, and I think I'll chase that with an old can of sardines. Delicious. I like that sardines also give you water. That's just a nice little drop. It's a nice little touch. And then we'll just get a quick sip of water here. Grab a torch, find the bedroom, and I think we're in for the evening. I'm gonna put this out. Can I get another torch? No, don't light it. Put it away. Take a replacement torch. There you go. This one we're gonna let burn while we look around. You know, while we've got the light here, we might as well make sure we didn't overlook anything. Could rip up that old pillow for some extra cloth, but we don't really need it. Searched all this, check all the nooks and crannies, just to make sure. Always check your microwave, even though the microwave... Oh, see? This is why we got the torch. Free can of Summit soda. This torch is already paying for itself, baby. Wow, how come you scratched out all the faces from this painting, though, guy? Either that or these people are all like the weird, sort of faceless man in Edvard Munch's The Scream. This looks like the family... That's why that guy in that painting is screaming, because these people have kidnapped his son, and look, he's got her arm around her neck. They're dragging him away. No wonder he's screaming. He's watching in horror as his family is ripped apart. Man, Edvard Munch was fucking dark, yo. Didn't overlook anything in here, did we? Nope. Open hidden empty cache. Nah, we already, we already stole that. Didn't miss anything in the old bathroom, did we? Doesn't look like it. We could rip apart a curtain if we really wanted to. I don't really want to. How much of this torch have we got left? Can we see the status of the torch? Looks like it's about out. Well. I want to have a nice little nightlight as I go to sleep. I'm just going to throw this in a corner. Probably won't start a fire. What are the odds that a burning brand will burn this man's house down? It's got to be close to 0, right? Get a little shut-eye. 40 winks, as it were. 40 winks away from the freaking wolves is what we're looking for. Okay. So, it's... I mean, you say the sun is up. I say you're a filthy liar. Personally. We got to do something about breakfast. I really don't like eating all this canned food, but we do have... Crackers are a lot of calories. And we have a lot of crackers. Crackers and Stacy's grape soda then for breakfast. Standard fare crackers. They are made from whole wheat. Standard whole wheat. Those salty crackers made us real thirsty. Fortunately, that Stacy's grape soda is there for a chaser. We're going to follow this down with a little bit of water, too. And back to bed, then, for an hour. Another hour of shut-eye. I want to wait till the sun's good and up above the horizon, because I really don't want to walk out of this building right into the jaws of a starving wolf. Seems like it would be very suboptimal. We did find some coal for the Gray Mother as well. Free can of Summit soda that we overlooked earlier thanks to the torch. So wolf check. First thing you do upon exiting any building, immediately conduct a wolf check. We look pretty okay. No wolves immediately visible. Have we been in this car? Yep, the visors are down, so we've been in there. Okay. We also know now, thanks to our map, where some supply caches are. Maybe we should go hit those. Now, you know what? We're in the neighborhood. First things first, let's go visit the Gray Mother. And just drop off this coal in her little bucket bin so that we can complete our quest. I'm curious to know where we're supposed to be going once we've left Gray Motherville. Also, probably wouldn't hurt for us to head back up and see about maybe raiding that supply cache up by the church, just to check out what's up there. Really wish we had known about that, you know, on the way in. That would have been nice. Alright, so let's get you some, where's the fire gubbins here? Fire gubbins. We're going to give you coal. Coal's actually pretty heavy. Wow. I really thought we would get, like, a bigger contribution out of that, but, alright. So let's grab some sticks. I think, let's just head up to the church. We've spent the night at the church before. If we have to spend the night at the church again, I mean, it's not ideal, but it's also not the worst case scenario. What is this thing sticking out of the ground here? Where are you? Like an old clothesline? No, don't under any circumstances use our hatchet to break this down. We'll get the sticks, but I'm not wasting hatchet charge. Really, I don't want to waste my hatchet charge on anything other than a straight up log. Because apparently this hatchet is going to be real precious. It's very difficult for us to replenish hatchet when hatchet goes away. So we got to be really careful with it. Nope, don't use the hatchet. Also, it's one of the few things we can use to kill starving animals that are attacking us. Speaking of which, we got to keep on the lookout. As I recall, there were a number of wolves over in this area. What does that sound? It sounded like somebody dialing an old rotary phone. Actually, not even a rotary phone, because those are kind of with the spinny dials. I'm talking about like the real old-timey phone where you had to pick up the thing and turn the crank to charge the little spring winding mechanism that gave the phone electricity so you could call the operator and say, hey, can you connect me to Klondike 9772? Cattails? No. We're ever vigilant for cattails. They are the superfood of the long dark. You always go for the cattails. We got like a logging camp. Can we? Oh, we can pull up the map on our thing. Which way are we going, by the way? I really wish it would show us like you are here. Milton House. Old schoolhouse, town of Milton. The Grey Mother wants us to go here. Is that where her quest says we're supposed to go? I mean, the church should be up this road a piece.
My fingers feel numb.
Is it that cold? It's actually really cold, yeah. So, yep, this is how we got to Milton. All right. Any wolves around here? Doesn't look like it. We could bust down that old pallet. That would be a way for us to potentially get some more wood. Got some sticks here. Location discovered, woodlot. All right. Does that show where we are on the map then? Woodlot. Okay, this is we're at the woodlot. Not to be confused with the sand lot, of course. 45 minutes. All right, I'm going to do this because I'm curious how much of our hatchet this is going to use. We picked up 3 firewood from that. Oh, there's just firewood lying on the ground, though.
Feels like a lot of gear.
Yeah, it actually is quite a lot of gear. Wait a minute, if we're at the woodlot, it'd be really nice if this thing would actually center on us, though. That would be extraordinarily helpful. We're gonna have to get up to the church and sleep in it. Yeah, I know, you're freezing. I'm debating actually just going back to town. I'd like to go to the church. We're basically halfway there. You know what? We can do this. We can make it to the church before we die. You know, our hypothermia risk is actually getting pretty high. We may have to stop and make a, like, preemptive fire to warm up a little bit. It's still really cold out, and we cannot sprint because now we are encumbered. We've clearly been down this area, though, because we left the hoods on all these vehicles up. Is that a building? There is a building up there, but there's also a wolf. Okay, we can make a fire do double duty for us here. That's the church, actually. Which is where we want to be. Okay, we can get double purpose out of a fire here. First off, let's see if we can go around the wolf and just avoid the encounter entirely. We aren't carrying any meat currently, too, which should help keep our odor rating down, which I think makes the wolf less likely to attack us. This is the graveyard? This is where the cache of supplies is supposed to be, though, right? I thought I heard footsteps. Like the footsteps of a predator. Not the Chris Hansen kind of predator. You know what I'm talking about. By the way, Chris Hansen, footsteps of a predator. That could be the like spin-off you created for your To Catch a Predator thing. So that cache of supplies then needs to be around here somewhere. Like according to our map, which for whatever reason won't fucking center on us, the Milton supply cache should be... Okay, there's the church. Here's the bridge. So the supply cache should be out behind the church, like right over where that wolf is. Alright, we gotta get warm. Let's go inside for a little while. It's too cold for us to be hanging outside. We're already warming back up. We could... I don't want to take a nap. Burn out campfire. We could get some torches. Make our inventory up. Grab some torches. Is there anything we can scavenge here for wood? We could bust up a plank. Okay, so getting all of that cedar fire would actually only cost us 2% on our hatchet. That's pretty good. Is there anything else besides planks that we could slag? I want to slag some stuff down here for wood. Okay, we can bust up a cardboard box, and we can do that by hand, but all that's going to get us is tinder plugs, and I don't need tinder plugs. I want something I can actually burn. More old planks, more old planks. No real burnables. We need to get warmed up. Really, all we need to do is get warmed up. I want to get my hypothermia risk gone. Let's start ourselves a little bit of a campfire here. We've got plenty of books and cardboard matches. All right, start a fire. I think we'll grab some sticks, maybe get some torches. And we can use those to defend ourselves from the wolf when we go outside and try and find that supply cache.
Come on.
So we'll build a little fire, get warmed up, maybe have a cup of coffee. Cup of coffee.
That didn't work.
95% chance here, huh? Okay. 90%, so, 1 in 10 times a book is unburnable. One of them rare asbestos books, I guess, the kind they made to last. They were like, oh, well, the Nazis will never be able to burn this one. We can print our propaganda on asbestos. Of course, all the people who were really congratulating themselves on making a book that literally is unburnable also then later died of mesothelioma because they hadn't figured out yet that breathing asbestos fumes is real bad. I read this book 40 times. I don't know why I'm constantly coughing up blood.
Turned out pretty well.
You may be overrating your abilities a little bit there, Will. But that's okay. We're going to get some of these sticks on fire. And this should give us a good enough chance to warm up here. Yeah, we're warming up quite nicely. In fact, what about a little cup of coffee here? We could also do some of this reishi tea, because good lord, we got enough of it. You know what? Yeah, heat up a cup of tea. We're also pretty hungry. I don't suppose we have anything, anything eatable, do we? Drinks, give me reishi tea. This one's hot. Drink that old hot tea. Yeah. That's doing really good for us on the heat department. Now we just need to get a little food in ourselves. I mean, we could drink that old can of Milnod. It's like a whole day's worth of calories. Dusty condensed milk. Sweet and thickened milk in a can keeps forever. Condensed milk is delicious. We could also just eat a can of dog food. You know what? Give me the dog food. I love that you can't even heat the dog food up, by the way. Heating up dog food, they're like, you know what? You can heat it all you want. At the end of the day, it's still freaking dog food. Also, it really seems like a can of dog food should be something you could use as, like, wolf bait. You should be able to, like, call a wolf off by... Just gonna chuck down this old can of dog food here. Come get it, Wolfie. Alright. And then we're gonna take a torch, and we're gonna extinguish that torch. Put it away. And we're gonna take a torch. Alright, let's do this. We got our firebrand. We're going for the supply cache. If the wolf is out there, we're gonna throw the torch at him and hope we can scare him off. So the supply cache, according to our map, is somewhere in this area. Do any of these things look like a cache of supplies? Not really. A lot of bunny rabbits over there. So if I was a supply cache, where would I be stashed? If I was a supply cache, where would I be cached? We really shouldn't be that cold. I mean, we just walked outside and we had that sweet glass of tea, man. The tea's supposed to be warming us up. I do not want to stop to harvest any of these limbs at the moment because that will take a relatively lengthy amount of time. Where did you put the supplies, though? I was told there were supplies, but I'm beginning to think that maybe you lied. I guess they could be over here. Hold on, let's check our map. I mean, the map says they're right here by this big rock. In fact, the map says they're north of the big rock, which is kind of like right where we are. Does any of this stuff look like it might harbor? I mean, that goes down by the farm. We don't want to go down there. Where's my supply cache? Wasn't there... Didn't we have a note or something that, like, told us things about the supply cache? It's like, here's how you find it. Here's where I stashed it. Remember that old place where we used to go get shit-faced after we stole that liquor from the 5 and dime? Maybe over here? Oh, good. Our hypothermia risk is healed. Well, that's nice. Where's the supplies, though? I came out here looking for a cache of supplies, and I can't help but notice that there is no cache of supplies anywhere. Walking into the wind really slows you down. I love that. It's such a tiny thing, but it really adds to the immersion of the overall gameplay. When walking into the wind makes you actually walk slower. That really, it's sort of a subtle thing, but it really does help draw you into the game. Those torches burned a while. Credit to the torch. It's going to burn out, like, just when we need it most, though. Wait. Are you the kind of thing that might harbor a supply cache? Nope. There's a deer over there. Couple deer. Good, we can use them as a blade of shield against any potential wolf encounters. I mean, there's the big rock. Where would you have cached supplies, though? Okay, hold on a second. Let's hit our inventory very quickly and go into our map thing. Note to the congregation of St. Christopher's Parish, no. Milton Scrap Post Office Collectible. Tearful Letter, no. Bank Vault Code, no. Milton Hidden Cash Note. I stashed the stuff near that big fallen tree in the marshy area behind St. Christopher's. Okay, big fallen tree, marshy area behind St. Christopher's. So it's got to be, I mean, this is the only big fallen tree. It's got to be this bad boy. Big fallen tree, marshy area, St. Christopher's. Check, check, and check. So where's my supply cache? Stashed it near the big fallen tree. Aha! We found it. Yeah, what a massive stash of supplies. Ooh, an MRE, though. That was it? We came all this way for that. One MRE? Some lantern fuel, some kind of, like, it looked like an EpiPen, maybe? We came all this way for that. Really. I mean, that feels more than... Slightly. We're fucking gonna have to fight a wolf, too. Oh, good. He ripped up my clothes. Well, that wolf is gonna die, and I'm gonna... You know what? Now that he's on the run, I'm gonna see if there's any rabbits over here. The bastard ripped up my clothing, which has me kind of pissed off. Also, I guarantee that took durability off of our hatchet, which also has me more than a little pissed off. Let's see if we can get some of our calories back. Hey, Wolf, I gotta ask the question, though, bro. Why you over here biting me? How come you came after me, dog? And I don't call you dog because you're actually, I mean, literally a dog. But also, you came at me, the big, angry human with a fucking knife, and all you had to really do was come over here, and there's, like, plenty of helpless deer you could have taken a shot at. I mean, I feel like you could have taken a poke at any one of these deer and, probably emerged victorious. They definitely, you would be walking away with less axe-shaped wounds in your face. Deer are not widely known for being advanced tool users. Right, I'm going to need this rabbit because I'm going to need to eat it. Hey, bunny. This is a long throw, but I think we can get him. Yep. Missed it. Wide left. Where'd the bunny go? Hey, there's an old campfire here. Oh, I think I started that campfire, actually. Where'd that bunny go? Come on, man. I'm spending more calories hunting you, bunny, than I'm going to get out of you. Let's not make this difficult on both of us. Let's try and, let's cooperate for my survival. What do you say, bunny? What do you say? Just a little bit of cooperation here? We can work together to make you be inside my belly. It takes very little effort on your part. In fact, mostly all you have to do is just hold still for a second. Yeah, we're gonna let him walk right to us. You're kidding me, that missed? Well, that one didn't. Did I get him? What happened? I seem to have picked up a bunny, but suddenly I can't do anything anymore. Oh, delightful. I think we've got the bunny bug. Well, I'm going to wrap this episode up then. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see us come out here and grab this cache of supplies again, looking forward to that. Might consider subscribing as well, because now that we've got the bunny bug, we're going to be doing that next episode. Right now, though. Yeah, if only I could, either put down or murder this rabbit. Right now, though, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.